Exactly. Animation.
Wow, that was animated like
Yes.
godly. Boink.
Takes out a knife in his.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, they really animated the hell out of this.
Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae the First, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
It's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. Today we are back with Season 2, Episode 5 of Haikyuu.
Tanaka's sister, shout out to her, she got Kageyama and Hinata here after we were getting obliterated by the other teams in the practice matches, but that's
Barely.
okay. We're training, we're training. We see all these different teams have different specialties. Like we know Nekoma is all about counterattacks. I forget the names of the other teams, but one is like a service ace team, and then you have one that's a powerhouse because of their ace is top 5 ace, and I think the other team, Fukurodani, and then the other team is...
It was like all out attacking.
All out attack. Yes, that's what it was. So yeah, everybody got a specialty aside from Karasuno. We did talk about it a little bit that maybe it's just our tenacity, maybe it's our stamina. There's something that we got that other teams don't got. So maybe we might figure it out here, or maybe we're just a mixed bag and that's just our specialty in itself. We just got tricks up our sleeve. So who knows?
I am versatile, move like the water. No, just kidding. But I really enjoyed the ideological conversation that Hinata and Lev had from Nekoma. They were talking about how even though they are both a middle blocker, center blocker, Lev seems to think, because he has played very little volleyball in his life, that the ace is the one who scores the most points. Even though I'm a middle blocker, I'll be the ace. Where Hinata has more of the traditional thought of the left blocker is the ace. So
he was talking kind of crazy, like, dude, who do you think you are? You just got into the sport.
6'4" at like 15 years old. He's a first year. That is insane.
Avert, though.
So without any further delay, guys, let's get into Season 2, Episode 5 of Haikyuu right about now.
Hi.
I mean, they held their own without two of their core pieces. Stop staring at me. Oh, that was a cool perspective.
Ooh, yeah, Ooh. Can't stop with these shots.
Lens.
Always. Just like when they lost to Alba Joe's side. It's similar.
Kakoi. Oh, Kenma. Bruh, Lev is gonna be a problem. What's like the next move in Hinata's bag?
A 360 hitting us. 360 spike.
What?
No, kid, you tripping? You tripping? God damn! Come on, tunnel vision much?
I killed my teammate.
Man.
If there's gonna be any miscommunication, it's those two characters that I have the least amount of concern about. Because Asahi's not gonna say anything, and then Hinata's gonna apologize profusely. Oh, is it getting greedy?
Yep, that's the episode title. Greed. And Lev got into your head. You know, he excited, like, are you gonna adapt?
Okay, so that's the next, you know. Oh, what a mid card.
Wow. If this is a real life and Hinata told me that, I'm like, yeah, thank you, finally. Shit, man.
It's about time.
Listen to him.
Try new things.
Yeah. Why would you want him to be a one-trick pony? Do you realize if Hinata is still at the same level again, like when they played against Alba Josai, that y'all probably gonna lose the same fucking way? Literally, you lost because of that. Partially.
They still have some scars left over. Ow, chin. They still have some scars left over from that Alba Josai match. Thanks, Take. But that means that you have the most ability to grow.
Shit, imagine you took influence from all these teams.
Maybe that's our superpower. We just have the Sharingan.
正常戦のラスト気づいたら負けてた。打ったボールは俺の後ろで。
Oh, okay.
悪かった。最後。
Like it's one of those things where he's like, okay, I don't want to feel like a handicap anymore. Let me take control for real. Exactly, by himself. Exactly.
See, this also reminds me of Invincible that we just got done watching. There's merit to both of these sides for this dispute.
Yeah, but I'm way more on Hinata's side.
Well, yes, but I'm saying that... Well, apparently Suga does not agree with you.
I don't agree with him either. And you too.
Well.
I do not agree. Exactly. That situation.
No, he actually...
Decide.
No.
You see, that's why I'm not on your side. It's like I get it, but like, this kid won't grow if he can't do that. It's not saying he's trying to change his whole game plan or his whole play style. It's just like, let me add something to my arsenal.
This is a bit of an overreaction, but I think this is probably for the best. I know that sounds contradictory, but...
The only thing I agree with is them telling him to like focus, don't be in tunnel vision, don't mess up the flow of the game. Because he could have just asked, you know? He didn't have to like do all that weird shit on the court that kind of messed up the game. So that's something that I think he's doing wrong. But like, aside from that, I see no problem.
日向に聞いた。ああ、ベスト8止まりだ。東京都のベスト8とかすげえな。勝ち残んなきゃ意味ねえよ。そうだな。
またな、日向。次も止めてやる。
負けねえし、194センチに163センチが勝ってやるよ。トス、あげてくれよ。
Bro, go to sleep. But
He
it's
just said enjoy the
he's
day
not
off.
sleeping.
Oh, you meant now. Oh, you meant now. Oh.
I like how they're showing, they're focusing on it too, on his face. I like that. With his eyes, see? He's tracking the ball.
I mean, it's like improving your weaknesses or honing your strengths. There's merit to both.
It reminds me like an Avatar when Aang, like, he's learning water bending, now he's learning earth bending. He can still practice water bending because he's not a master at it yet. It's like them just wanting Hinata to just stick with the water bending. Like, no, he's trying to grow and improve. He can still do that at the same time learning something new.
I'm not a good enough setter.
Exactly. Animation.
Wow, that was animated like
Yes.
godly.
Oh no.
Boink.
Takes out a knife in his.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ, they really animated the hell out of this.
I feel like this is a
Wow,
Jujutsu
even how she
Kaisen fight.
ran. Outside. Tanaka-senpai.
Wow.
Well, there's a fight in Haikyuu for you.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
中学の最初で最後の大会で影山にボロ負けしてさ、リベンジ誓って高校来たら本人いるし、初めて友達じゃなく相棒ができた気がしたんだ。
Yachi is me. So sad. Now he's gotta bike home for a half an hour over the mountains.
大丈夫なんすかね。でもさ、あいつらの喧嘩って今に始まったことじゃ。
Back in my day.
そういうあいつら大変だ。
That feels so long ago.
So no, right? The way he's talking is like we're in season fucking 4 talking about that.
が見えました。てっぺんからの景色が見えました。
あの目、自分がジャンプの最高点にいる時間など文字通り一瞬。ブロックが見えると言っても普通はぼんやりと認識するってあれにブロッカーの指先までくっきりと、さらにはその奥の位置まで瞬時に見えるスパイカーがいるって聞く。日向にはそれが見えている。
He really made some of this like a supernatural thing though, like like he said, you felt that? You felt like you seen that? Like what? See, look, literally, like it's superhuman. I just find it kind of crazy that they're just like, yeah, that they're like, it's like not possible when you have people like the fucking little giant that literally exists. That's a good shot. That's thumbnail or that's one of them. Yeah. That one, right? That one. Exactly.
Okay.
日向か。
中すればいいですか。
I love this.
Oh,
I
shit,
don't
that
love
felt
this.
Quick as hell. What? I
was just
legit
getting
felt like that
into
was
it.
15 minutes. 14.
How do I practice to get better?
Mm-hmm.
How do I coach to get him better?
Mm-hmm. What do you think? What do you think he needs to do to allow him to be able to have that view and have that, fight for himself in the air?
This might be pretty simple of a solution, and I would actually be amazed if this were the answer that they're looking for, but just change your run-up. So instead of trying to do maybe a jump wide, just literally go in a straight line, and then you can make the ball move left or right depending on the moment, depending on the blockers. I feel like they're worrying too much almost about the blocker on the other side versus what Hinata and by extension Kageyama are doing on their side. So I'm guessing maybe if he just takes a different angle at it, he might be able to have more time to think about the spike as opposed to it only being a second long, like Ukai-kun said.
Yeah, because, like, you're right. Because, like, the way that he's, especially with the broad jump, like, the way that he's running and then he's basically going horizontally as he's going up into the air doing that, like, there should be a better way for you to do that without having to essentially already utilize all that stamina. Well, not necessarily stamina. Well, I guess it is stamina to do all that and then to run like that way, because that's not very conventional at all. And then jumping like that, he needs to find a way where he can already go up in the air kind of horizontally, if that makes sense, versus like running horizontally then also jumping horizontally. I think that takes too much, and then you're already away at the end, so you probably don't even see a lot of openings anyway. You only have like that one right behind that defender on that, say, far left or far right on the baseline area, and that's it. or the sideline.
Let me pull out the physics card, and I haven't used this card in almost 12 years. But the angle at which you can throw something the farthest is 45 degrees. So a baseball, a football, a basketball, or in this case, a volleyball. If you jump at a 45-degree angle, you will be able to go farther. But if you jump at a more acute angle, you'll be able to jump higher. So I think there needs to be some kind of change of either the angle at which he takes off at, I'm talking about Hinata, or the trajectory at which he's doing his route, like a wide receiver in football, that he's taking to go get the spike. It's great to be able to have the jump wide in your back pocket, but for a type of, let's just call it like a regular attack that you will use over and over again until they find a way to stop it, I feel like you really need to perfect that down to its essence, to where it is not having any doubt that this kid is the ace. So again, going back to the conversation with Lev last episode, it's finding a way to perfect your craft and do the best at what you can possibly do. So Kageyama's ability to set the ball quickly for the fast attack is not something that nearly any other team, at least that we've seen so far, has the capability of doing. So that should not change. But Kageyama, obviously, when we saw the behind the back pass, that was insane. I don't know, episode 8 or whatever. He has the ability to do whatever kind of set that needs to be done to get it to the point that it needs to go to. Hinata just needs to find out what that point is, vertically and also horizontally.
And like, I don't know, I understood their side, like Suga, Kageyama, and Ukai side, but like, especially with Ukai specifically, it's like he kept kind of egging it on, like, oh, it's not possible, or what are you talking about? You felt like it? Or no, I actually saw it. Like he talked about the 3v3 match way earlier, season 1. So it's like, and I get it. Maybe it's because he's a first year. Maybe because he's always energetic. He always just wants to kind of, not that he wants to skip the line, but he always, he wants to be the ace. They all know that's his thing. That's his vibe and everything. That's his goal. But like, kind of listen to him, man. Like, you guys realize, I mean, yes, it is a lot of Kageyama side, because I've been saying this for a while. Like, to be honest, when it comes to the quick, yes, it's Hinata's athleticism, but like Kageyama, honestly, I would say is the one who's really getting that set down packed, because once again, his eyes are fucking closed. So it's like, truthfully, I know it's an anime, but even in here, they even say it themselves, like, his eyes are closed. Like, it's all about instinct. It's really Kageyama's like IQ and his prowess that's allowing him to score that way. So I just feel like they should have gave him a little bit more respect. Like, obviously, at some point, he would have wanted to learn more, to learn how he can score in other ways and on his own in the air. Like, the little giant literally exists. Yes, you could look at him as an anomaly. Sure, he is. But
there is a precedent.
Hinata. Yeah, you see Hinata. If you look at both, they're both very comparable to each other. It's just obviously little giant, more experience. I don't know, IQ, maybe a higher IQ or something, but honestly, it seems like he basically can do what the little giant can do in terms of athleticism. So, I don't know. I feel like they just kind of, the way that they approached it was just a little off to me, especially Ukai, but that's okay. It happens in real life all the time, too, especially for kids like this who are very excited and eager. Sometimes you got to tell them to be patient, but they kind of didn't say that. They just said, no, we're just going to keep doing what we have been doing, and that's it. But, like, you gotta think about it in his perspective. That last point was that quick attack, and they lost off of that. Whether it was anyone's fault or not, he still feels like, well, if I was better, maybe I could score. And that's literally true. He probably could have scored if he was just better in the air, But that's how I would feel if I was him too. And
I gotta be honest, even though I was on I was mainly on the side of Suga, Coach Ukai, and Kageyama for the most part. But then I started thinking to myself, like, Ukai-kun, he really kind of disappointed me this episode.
Yeah.
Because with him being a newer coach and knowing the game of volleyball, it's great to kind of move the pieces on the chessboard to get the type of game that you want to get. If your game plan is followed and you just lose because you're not as good as the other team, so be it. But you had a plan in place, you implemented the plan, and then your players were executing on the plan. But this one, it just rubbed me the wrong way. He was kind of not believing Hinata.
Yeah, he didn't believe him.
He didn't believe that what he was saying. I'm not a believer.
Okay.
But I don't know. Maybe it's because he didn't play that much as a player himself. But there are these certain things, like, again, we talked about it a couple times in the series already, like the zone for athletes, to where they lock in. They are able to do things so consistently, so excellently, that it goes almost against reason of how they're that good when they're in the zone. And for Coach Ukai to not really take Hinata, not really believe what he was saying,
I don't understand that.
it showed his inexperience as a coach. So he needs to get better as a coach. And Hinata obviously wants to get better. Ukai wants him to get better. But there's just like a disconnect. This episode felt uncomfortable to watch. I'm glad that we got it, but I just didn't expect it.
They all treated him wrong. Kageyama literally assaulted him. It's like,
well, it was a little of both. It was a little.
No,
of both,
he initiated that shit. He grabbed him by his shirt and then he pushed him down first, and then Hinata fought back.
He ran at Kageyama. I'm just saying.
He ran at him, but he grabbed him. Like, they did him wrong. I don't care what nobody said. I think Suga, not so much. He just agreed with him. He didn't. But Kageyama and Ukai, especially Ukai, that was terrible. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Him and Kageyama literally brought something to this team that they never had. They would have lost to Date Tech again if they never. It's like, how could you look at him and think he's like, why wouldn't you give him the respect to be like, okay, let's try practices for you? I just don't understand why that was so hard for them to do. I don't get that.
What also frustrated me about this episode was it seemingly came out of nowhere that Kageyama just like gave up on Hinata. Did you not trust him with the last set at the end of Aoba Josai? You're kind of a hypocrite now, aren't you? Because now you're losing in a practice match and all of a sudden you don't believe in him anymore. That is way too much of a reverting back to the initial thought. Have you not played multiple tournament games, multiple practice games? Have you not ran with him to literally another school and had a conversation with the ace of the prefecture? I just don't understand why Kageyama reverted that sharply back to the norm when him and Hinata, like Hinata said, he thought he was his friend. But he threw him under the bus. He said, I don't think you're essential to winning anymore. Well, let's see how that second year that I just now learned his name this episode, so I don't remember it. Let's see how you do with him out there. Oh, you lost again? Oh, I for one am shocked. Like, come on, Kageyama. I feel like you're better than that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to read the manga for this. This felt weird. This episode, I don't know.
Yeah, I remember when I first watched it, I also felt like, why is it so... I'm like, am I tripping? Like, can he not request for ways to help him fight? Like, he's literally asking these guys to help himself be better on his own. It's not like he's trying to do everything on his own. He's literally asking you, is there any tips that you can help me with that I can be better and stronger in there? Because you literally need it. It's like having a player, like, say basketball, this will be my last thing. Having a player that, like, is just sitting on the bench, but you know that maybe they're a great scorer, maybe they're a great on-ball defender, great rebounder, and you know that the team needs them, but you're like, oh, I'm trying to prioritize the star players or the vets or whatever. But you know this guy can literally give you something on any given night, and then it's like,
spark.
you're not gonna try it. Like, and Hinata is literally somebody that isn't even like that kind of player. He's literally, I don't know, he's the greatest decoy.
And again, my final point will be this. Sorry for cutting you off. This is literally a practice match. Why not try something and see if it works or not? Yes, there's only a month until the prelims start, but if there's a potential for you to get a new super secret move, like, why not try it? What's the downside? How much better are we going to get at what we're good at in the next month doing the same thing over and over and over again?
Especially
no, but let's just
try at this point. Man.
Exactly. We're not like this unknown that just walked into a tournament. Who are those guys? I don't know, the Clip Crows. But now they're the well-recognized Crows. You can't go under the radar now, so they're going to be prepared. They've maybe been practicing for at least a month to deal with your quick attack. Look at Alba Josai. They just let him go all the way to the side, let the libero handle it. I'm sure that guy's not like the best libero in the prefecture. So there's a possibility that someone else could get under Hinata's skin, and we're back in the same position all over again. Try something new. I don't know. This episode frustrated me.
Yeah, it was a great discussion too. It was different because I don't know, but
I'm not used to feeling this way in this series.
Right, but you can tell Furudate's doing that on purpose for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That being said, though, man, we're gonna get into this next episode. We're in the practice. We're practicing right now, trying to get better. So we'll see where this takes us. But you guys already know the drill, man. We appreciate you guys. Roll to 1K. So once again, like, comment, subscribe. Help your boys get out into the algorithm to get out to more people. And yeah, please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video or stream. And peace.
Peace.